100, right? And we are 100. Been a nice little minute. YouTube, I know I've been slacking. Some of my subscribers probably thought I gave up. Nah, we still here, man. Just the manosphere been, turning into a clown show over the years. I think we're witnessing the decline, if not the death, of the pills, man. Niggas who just this is probably why I'm ready to kind of disband myself from a lot of acronyms and titles and fucking little echo chambers and shit. Cause the niggas turning it into other shit. Hell, the shit is recognized by the federal government as a fucking terrorist organization, for God's sake. So safe to say the shit just twisted to a whole bunch of stuff. You got women over here trying to kick game, trying to exploit niggas. You got niggas, you know, think they kicking game to the masses when they really kicking how to trick, which we're gonna talk about in this here. Um Live stream, one of the, very prominent guy that a lot of niggas listen to, and have been kicking, content for years. For years, right? That we're gonna really get into, I say. Cause this is, I just can't, I just not without me saying something. I can't allow him to continue to push a certain message. Cause it's younger guys that listen to this dude, right? And I ain't finna sit here and you know, cosign delusion, right? A man that's probably having a midlife crisis, um, a man that don't know how to just play his lane and understand that not everybody in this life gonna be a winner, man. Hell, me myself, I've taken a lot of losses, right? And I think that you know s- some people, even content creators, have gotten to a point to where they're delusional. They can't just admit that hey, I'm not who I say I am, or top of the food chain, and that's cool. Maybe you used to be, maybe you was better when you was younger, but you can't sit here and say, you know, just because I got XYZ, I'm Apex Alpha. I'm I'm the best thing going since sliced bread to a bitch just because I can, pay a fucking light bill. Or I ain't got grays in my hair, and it's just supposed to be that way. And you know what? This the way the shit should be. Period. No, homie, I'm not. I'm not finna. I'm not standing behind that, man. So, it was the time I used to fuck with this particular content creator, and it was, I don't agree with everything he says. Hell, um, some of the nigga content starting to come off as bitterness, like red pill bitterness, and there's a lot of that's starting to become a trend. It's starting to become something I'm starting to realize with some of these content creators. See, at least what I can respect about the black pill niggas, they can admit that they're bitter. They can admit that you know, they're not who they're not Apex Alpha. They're not trying to make themselves. It's one thing I can respect, like beside all the doom or pathetic talk that they do, and the just humiliation ritual that niggas, practice within the very dark echo chamber pills outside of red pill. Niggas know their lane and they don't overplay the shit. And it's, you got certain content creators out here that don't know their lane, or they know their lane, but they act like that lane is like the best lane ever. Like everybody should want to be in that lane, right? Everybody should want to be in the old guy, you know, tricking, using resources to get the broad and kick into the game that, hey, the market is becoming this. You're better off just doing what I'm doing, because me and the guy that's wanted get the same thing when that's not the truth, man. I can't push that as the truth. But I'm not gonna delay it any further, guys. I present to you the truth about Coach Greg Adams and his free agent lifestyle, man. You could be anywhere on the internet, but you here with me. Let's talk about it.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to the internationally known and the recognized symbol of YouTube and excellence and edutainment. It is the Boss Up Show, part of the Free Agent Lifestyle podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, Notorious One, aka Mr. Coach Alini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you were the Desert Storm Bunker with Hollywood, CGA, and EWF.
I think bro just said he the king of content, bro. I have to search for you. Honestly, bro. I forgot you even. Like, I'll have to literally, I don't even consider Coach to be Mount Everest manosphere. Crazy, but I don't even, I couldn't even put him in Mount Everest, bro. So I don't know what he's talking about with this, king of content. Like, you're like, I scroll TikTok all day. I see my boy Steph from time to time. I see my boy AMS been blowing up. Even Minister Chap been going crazy on TikTok. I never see CGA. I don't want to see that bitter ass shit, man.
That is every woman's fantasy in the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO, Nigga of Fixes Binds LLC, the unbinder, the undebatable, the
Nigga said he every woman's. Oh my God.
Disputed best entertainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard.
Shit sad, man.
The ladies love to call me Mr. Third.
Your third leg was.
I don't think like coaches, like, I ain't gonna like just make the whole screen about just, just weighing in on Coach. It's just we have to have a real conversation, bro. It's a real conversation to be had, homie. And tonight we're gonna have it, bro.
Just
great.
phenomenal.
Also, the man with one trabajo. That is the ecclesiastical Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the Anointed One.
Acknowledge me.
The founding father of the After Pill, the Junior College, the Black Moses, walks in the. You forget those names, just things. Greg by disputed 14 times, acknowledging place to sugar daddies and tricks. All right, shout and mating marketing that they're losing market share in the talk about Pookie's finally acknowledging that they're losing market share in the dating and mating marketplace to sugar daddies and tricks. All right, shout out to you right quick.
Get 'em, daddy.
It's Get 'em Daddy season.
Okay, daddy.
And they're losing a great market share of their hoes and bitches to sugar daddies, tricks, and to Sims.
Get 'em, daddy.
All right, we got that coming up later on in today's show, plus an update from the Adam 22 divorce. All right, the woman who allegedly filed for the divorce is speaking out and even catching Adam 22 off guard as well. We got that and a potential lie that she told related to that. Also, old school. We got the old school meet the new school. how different old school people used to be out here in these ecclesiastical streets.
In these streets.
In these ecclesiastical streets. We got two old school people before we get Shappin is near the bottom of the live. Thank you for weekend. And we're getting into the heat. 5 on your clock. It's almost afternoon for show, man. It's early in the morning here. I've been up since 5:25, putting in the work, getting ready for the day show. And it's we're gonna have a little bit of fun. But anyway, let me get to the earlier contributors to the day show. How about we do that and acknowledge the people who have supported to keep this show going on? And we're gonna start with Paris Francais. Well, we're gonna call him Paris F. And he says, showing support, money mindset member, free agent lifestyle for life, and he is a member of the Shield. With an early co-sponsorship. Shout out to you, man, for contributing to the show and keeping this show going. All right, appreciate you guys. You keep the show going and keep me up here, giving this message here. But today's message is going to be for these Pookies. All right, the Pookies are irate right now. The Pookies are irate.
The Pookies would never be irate, homie. Despite whatever the market do, the Pookies will continue to have women. They will continue to procreate. Right? The alpha always procreate. If the alpha is the Pookie, which sometimes we see, or half the time, I ain't gonna say sometimes, half the damn time, we see that the Pookies can indeed be within, the alphas, of men can indeed, or the apex, can be the Pookie. Sometimes he's a nerd. Sometimes he's the lawyer. Sometimes he's the doctor, but a lot of times he's the gangster. A lot of times he's the, unemployed fucking bum baby daddy. But however you slice it within that realm, they will forever have women, homie. Bet your ass on that.
Shout out to Joel C. says, okay, I think, okay, that was from yesterday, but shout out to Joel C. Hustle Every Day says a single dollar in 1968 bought what was required for about $9.57 today. We are beyond fucked. He says we have to somehow transfer this debt somewhere else. Bitcoin ain't it. Well, I got something to say about that. Maybe on later on in today's show talking about this, the massive amount of inflation that has hit us. It wasn't an overnight thing. In fact, inflation is a normal part of our economy, but perhaps there is an out for the broke niggas today. For the people who didn't, for the people who feel like they can't make it today, I do possibly have a trade-off for you as a means to make it. How about that? All right, how about that? I got a way for you to make it here. All right, I don't know if you'll like it. Of course, you might not like it, because anytime I give people a solution or a trade-off, they tend to not like it. Some people like it, but the people who don't like it, they get pissed. And I'm like, well, what else do you want me to do? We need to stop the system. I'm like, no, we can't do that. I'm not gonna. Not me. All right, you do it. You go he's a known hater, but this guy had to leave America and move to Asia because he doesn't like American women himself. He also never been married. These dudes who critique you are fake. Somebody tried to critique me on camera. I hanging of it. All right, Miles, and it's Iggy says another great week of shows. Coach, look, hey, it's your fault. What do we got here? We got some people over on the. All right, yeah, that's how we've always done it. If you look at the history of slavery and servitude, that's how it's always. This guy, I'm in this era, so I get rid of this guy. So women have opened up the field to amount of men that they will deal with. They want to experience every type of man before they pick the one that they want or fits them in their era. So they went through that whole thing. Now today, because of the economy, women are now further going to the monetized side of the dating. Not all of them will sell vagina though, but a lot of them will explore the monetized.
Exactly. You said it yourself. Not all women is into that shit. I mean, like not all these hoes is out here with sugar daddies and doing the transactional. You know, you give me this, I give your old ass some box. A lot of bitches ain't doing that. A lot of bitches is. A lot of bitches is not either. I mean, as well.
Days. So if they're young, they will date and hang around guys who are wealthy. They will date and hang around guys that have Lamborghinis. Even though they might not like the guy, for Gen Z women, they still will hang out with the guy. Whereas in the past, a woman will say, I don't care about your money. Today, the woman will say, well, he does have money, so I'll hang around with him. And then I'll just go back to give it to the.
That's a lie. Women in the past cared about your money, just like women today. They care about money, but they still care about finding a dude attract. That attraction have never went nowhere, bro. Women have forever prioritized attraction. A bitch wanna like looking at you just like you like looking at her, man. A bitch like a nice six pack, just like a man, like a nice curvy fat ass. They're human just like us. She wanna like what the fuck she's looking at. I don't know why niggas think that just because you can get money or whatnot, that bitches do not care about attraction. That is so far from the truth.
Guy that I really like. Men think as women as one dimensional. They only like young guys. They only like older guys. They only like tall guys. They only like black guys. They only like white guys. Women today are multifaceted. They will date around the spectrum. And just their date, just like I showed you the Brazilian video, they'll just say, well, you're just a person I like to have fun with. This person is the person I love. For men, because we're competitive, we think that another person's getting disadvantaged. For example, the guy that's the sugar daddy has a young woman who has a boyfriend. The sugar daddy pays for access that the boyfriend gets somewhat for free. The money that the sugar daddy gives to the girl splits it with the guy. For some reason, we look at the guy with the money as the negative. Oh, she's taking his money and giving it to the person that she really likes. You don't realize that the guy got what he wanted from the woman. He got probably more from that woman in a quicker amount of time where he didn't even have to waste time. He got what he wanted. He didn't lose. The guy that had to depend on that guy is the ultimate loser. That $98, go ahead and use it. The other guy doesn't care. In our world, we'll try to find a way.
And here's how he trying to spin, I guess, the POV of the type of nigga that he is, because this is all he's doing here. Like, let's be honest. He making it seem like being in a trick, being an older dude, and using your resources to be the main reason why a bitch will fuck with your campaign is greater than actually being the dude that is liked by a bitch. And that in the end, we all getting the same thing. Or I'm getting that same access that that the young guy is getting, that the handsome guy is getting, although I'm the older guy, when that is false, coach. I'm gonna let you, continue on for like another minute. And I'm gonna tell you why that's false.
Where one guy lost and another guy won. When in reality, the woman got fucked by all the guys. Either way, the woman got tossed. And what'll happen is guys will try to control and manipulate the marketplace by saying that this strategy works better than the other. So if you're not doing this particular thing, you're losing. We do it over here. The Pookie wants to think he gets it for free. I say, well, you paid. That's an example of me developing a competitive strategy to tell the guy, you didn't win like you thought you won. Guys that don't pay end up finding the guy who did pay and say, you didn't win like you thought you was because this result happened. She took your money and she brought it to me. So we're all doing a competitive thing, but I think all of us don't understand that either way, the woman booty hole got robbed, right? Either way, she had to throw her legs up. Either way, she got fucked. most of the time she looks at all of the guys as they all played a role. And I'll play this video again just so you guys can show.
And there's exactly what, he's confirming what I figured he was saying even before he said it. In the end, we all getting the same experience. And he even trying to go as far as to say, I'm getting a better deal or experience, so I'm getting it quicker because you have to, do all this investing and this down the third, and I spent $92 and got the booty hole, as he say, right? When Coach, I disagree. The man that pays will never get the same sexual experience as the man that is genuinely desired, even in a sexual. Now, I used to take a prostitute, right? And you give her two guys. Because we're going to go ahead and go to the serpent, the most demonic woman, right? One of the most final levels of a woman's sexuality that you get, a prostitute, right? A woman that gotten to such a dark point in her sexuality that she's down to sell it to any man that's willing to pay whatever price that she set on it, right? And put her wants and desires to the side. The fucking prostitute, right? Let's say you have two guys. One dude that's attractive to her, and another dude that's Coach Greg Adams type dude, right? I don't even think Coach is like a hideous guy. I think he's just an older dude, I don't think he's a hideous or, super out of shape, just, some fucking Mississippi swamp potbelly ass aunt looking ass. I don't even think he like that type of dude. I mean, he's an older guy. He ain't nothing crazy. Just looking at him like he ain't nothing. I wouldn't assume women falling out for the guy or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't assume women cutting their neck at the guy in any shape, form, or fashion. But he's a dude to take care of himself, but he ain't nothing special. And I want to say in real life, dude, like fucking, and he's short. I don't want to say he's real short. He's like 5'7" to 5'6", 5'5", some shit like that. But let's say you have these two guys, and both these guys is getting into a sexual situation with this prostitute, right? The guy that pays would empty out his 401k in the pursuit of getting the desire, the genuine burning lust tier of sex or experience that the guy that she likes, that the guy she give it to for free is getting. He will run through all his money before he even get close. And even then he won't get close. Because there's just some shit you just can't buy. You can't buy genuine desire. You can't buy that. You either a motherfucker that gets that from a woman, or you don't. Or you have to bring something to the table for scraps. Right? You would never get the sexual experience of the genuine desire. You would never get it. There ain't no amount of money in the world. Now, maybe when it comes to fucking the top of the line, best of the best, escorts and porn stars and shit, because these women have mastered how to give very good sex to guys that they don't find no type of attraction. But most women don't have that level of, discipline within that dark, career path, And they, even like within the prostitute world, they struggle with men they don't find attractive. This is why they come up with a lot of rules for you niggas, right? Some girls got rules of certain positions, right? She don't want you niggas on top of her, missionary, right? She ain't playing that. She don't want you niggas down below her. She gotta, look down and see you right there. She don't want to be on top of you. Right? It's literally she bend over and barely do that. You have your little 10 minutes of glory, whatever the fuck you paid for, and you get the fuck on, right? Some women don't see black guys, right? They put in their ad no AA. Some women they come up with all these rules, guys. Right? No BJ, no BBJ, no fucking anal, no. It's not that they won't do a lot of this stuff, because one big thing to pay attention to for my niggas that do this. Women would put what they don't do and would literally say, hey, I don't do this, but would literally promote or have a video. Like, how many fucking OF bitches on Twitter you will see that say they do meetups? They'll probably say some shit like, hey, use a condom, everything gonna be protected. But on this bitch videos, she's literally not using protection. Like, literally not using, eat niggas to fuck up off the bone. That's a difference. That is the difference from the guys that she genuinely want to have sex. These just guys that ain't paying her, ain't compensating her in no type of way. That guy's sexual energy is equal to hers, if not more. That's the even exchange. Versus a man that have to pay for her sexual attention. She don't look at your sexual attention the same as hers, because you have to pay to get hers. That's not a deal for. That's not pleasure to her. So yeah, she wants you to. She gonna come up with all these rules and shit like that to make sure it's a different experience. Hell, Pookie and Rara with nut all in the fucking mouth, no condom, nowhere be in sight. You right, you trick ass niggas. You paying for all these rules. You can't even get it in certain ways. You can't get BBJ from the bitch. You can't. You feel what I'm saying? When you about the bus, you got to let the bitch know 5-10 minutes beforehand. Right? Throw the condom away, flush it. Right? The whole probably put on gloves just to touch you motherfuckers. Right? Certain positions and shit. But then again, when you look at these videos, right, this bitch doing reverse cowgirl, getting put in the full Nelson, both hoes. Right? Nigga getting off. This is a big example of why I say the sexual experience of a guy who's genuine desire versus a man who pays will forever be different. Now, is it girls out there that men can come across that is very, deep off in the Jezebel end, where they got real good, or they just enjoy being a whore and it just don't matter. You pay that whole fee, you gonna bust some nuts. Yes, it is something out there. And when you find those ones, shoot me that bitch email. I'm just joking with you, nigga. But yeah, you got some just like that out there. But by and large, most women naturally, bro, struggle to have sex and deal with men that they don't find attractive. Right? Her number one goal is to give you the least while receiving the most with you niggas.
I can show you. She doesn't look at anyone as the winner. Whereas the guy look at the guy, somebody won, somebody lost. Here's an example. You see this woman here, if you missed this part of the show. So you were just a person who played a role.
No. I'm gonna let you talk though.
You didn't win.
Like shuffling through. Like I had back then, like I had a roster. I had multiple niggas that I was like shuffling through. Like I had a breakfast nigga.
Okay, shuffling through a roster of men. The breakfast nigga.
Lunch, dinner. I mean, a lunch nigga and a
lunch, dinner
nigga.
Okay, we're all just was sharing her.
And a shopping nigga.
And
a yacht nigga.
All right, and then the Pookie is in there too.
And a trip nigga.
A trip nigga. Nobody really can say I got the better of the deal. But in the competitive nature of relationships and women,
Coach, Yes, they can. Cause most bitches ain't a type of bitch that'll sleep with niggas like you. I wouldn't even deal with a bitch that'll deal with a nigga like you. If she'll go further than a date just because you're trying to pay her bills, it's a turn off for me. Type of woman I date, homie, would take your little money, a little $2, $3, $400 on a date, eat it in your face, and you will never see the hoe again. For the simple fact that you're just too old to the bitches I deal with. Besides, if the bitch actually fine, like the hoes I'm fucking with, they don't you they father age, bro. They can't get with that, right? So yes, right. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Most hoes ain't even on that type of time where they really trying to give you niggas sugar. All right, they want to be the sugar baby without giving the sugar. This the generation I live in, homie. Now, if you finding the ones that's actually giving up the sugar, cool, good for you. They ain't the type of hoes I'll fuck with though. I'll be turned off to them. You suck that old man shrivel winkered up dick, then I don't even want you. Like I won't even sleep with the like no, that's trashy to me. Cause a woman I sleep with would be turned off to a nigga that's anything over 35. She'll question if your fucking dick work. And don't got time to sit back and watch you niggas take all these dick pills. So no, we would like it's not the same in ending result. It's not. We not fucking with the same type of broad. You fucking with hoes that's hoes. It's really hoes. It's really hoeing. They don't give a fuck if you crippled, blind, or crazy. Like as long as you give them their money, they down to fuck. I'm not dating those type of women, coach. The woman that you're dealing with, the young hoes that you're dealing with, is actually hoes. Stomp down 304s. I'm dealing with actual real world women that like men around their age or a couple years. Maybe should give it a slight almost decade older than her. But she ain't trying to go for you super old ass. Like she's not. You got a full white beard, you're just too grown for her. Those are the type of bitches I'm dealing with, coach. At best, you're gonna get a dinner date out of her. At best. With a shoulder pat. No booty grabbing, no none of that. You niggas gonna be mad that you just spent all that money with the type of bitches that I date. But we're not dealing with the same woman to get the same end result where you can say, well, I got the pussy too. And yeah, I'm Mr. Trick Daddy and I'm getting the pussy too.
I mean, we think one person got a better deal. All right, I didn't have to spend any money, but you hung out with her for 5 hours.
Because he wanted to, coach. This is his actual girlfriend. He wanted to. You had to pay for every little minute that you had to be around her. And half the damn time, you niggas don't even be getting what you want from her. Tell the truth. You niggas is paying nowadays to get nothing. Simps. That's the definition of a simp, right? Video coming soon. This nigga hang around because he getting his dick sucked is nothing to him. That's nothing. He actually enjoy the female, man. Plus, he the first to get procreated. All right, that what this shit really about. Niggas like you become stepdaddies and sugar daddy niggas that's later in life taking care of them. Yeah, you're taking care of another man's household in some type of way, whether you the sugar dad, whether you the stepdaddy, and you whiz around a broad age, but she just really don't want you like that. Right? Because sugar daddy, and I'm gonna drop some game right here when I say this. A sugar daddy ain't shit but a Super Saiyan beta. A aged out stepdaddy and or beta. Right? Because one thing I can say about you niggas, man. You niggas can't get out of the business of taking care of other men's kids. Because both y'all niggas do. The sugar dad and the stepdad, both y'all niggas do. The hoe always got y'all niggas in the business of taking care of another nigga, taking care of the very nigga that you complaining about or making this video about, coach, kids. Because half these women you fucking with and tricking off, they got kids. Right? And it's the kids of who? Pookie and Ray Ray. You helping his generation get to the next what's the name? Right? So at the end of the damn day, bro, the man who procreates in the most optimal way and can get another man, a lesser man to take care, at least desired wise within the woman's eyes, to take care of offspring, it amongst women in the most barbaric, like putting money and resources and shit to the side, in the most barbaric, like just men, women, and sex on a planet of that is the alpha is the winner. Because one thing the woman gonna do with the alpha is push his fucking seed to the next generation before anything else happens. And it look like you niggas, you stepdaddy, you sugar daddy niggas, you cannot get out of the business of being a woman's cuck. You fuck. You cannot get out of the business of being, whether you a stepdaddy and you the nigga that's around her age and she don't really like you like that, but you know, she getting to that age of where she just can't keep going off a nigga just for the looks, and you know, she already extracted the semen from the niggas that she like, and now it's kind of a, you know, let me be a little lax on my standards so I can get somebody to help with these bills. Then eventually the bitch cheat on you motherfuckers by taking the cream pie by BBC baby daddy. Now you know, y'all break up and you know, you age out the game, you become an older dude and you get money and become a sugar daddy now. Right? The only thing a sugar daddy is a beta ass stepdaddy that aged out the market. That's all he is. Right? And now to compete with the woman that Pookie and Ray Ray and the man to be stealing your girl, and the man that's really getting the woman, you use your money and think you on the same level of the Pookie and Ray Ray. You will never be, bro. You're paying for assets, and half the damn time it's a hit or miss on the experience that you're gonna get. It's a hit or miss. That's completely determined off of the type of stump down hoe that you're dealing with.
The guy that spent money hung out with her for an hour. You had to babysit her. You had to go to Target and do Target runs. You had to go to the weed dispensary and sit in the parking lot. You had to be passenger princess. Like, you gave up a whole bunch to be with that woman. You didn't just get nothing. All right. So, I mean, you didn't just spend nothing. In this case, the Pookie has always heard CGA and many others say, Pookie's in the comment section acknowledging it. Oh, you used to just have to have a fire mouthpiece. Not no more. That's going to work here and there, skis. 1C, 2 skis. This dude said, get in the game or sit in the bleachers. In fact, he said, it's time to boss up.
Better boss up, nigga.
Get in the game or sit in the bleachers. Get your money up. Get your chicken bag up. Those days are gone. This one says, B came in on a perfect note. This one says they pay all of that just to have her move her ex in. LOL. See, that's the cope right there. See, well, she's just going to give it to her ex. Okay, go for it. Because she depends on his money. That money going to be gone. It ain't going to last long. This woman said they too deep. LOL. They going to keep buying it. Let's see here. This woman says, when in reality, we just won't give anything unless you're a good man. Standards exist, mijo. Okay, she's going with the good man. This woman says, if it's free, y'all should be scared. Another thing that I talked about. Y'all getting the free pussy. These are STI infected pussy. If you're getting it for free, you should be scared. And then let me see if I can get this one right here. This one says get one with morals. This one, Pookie, they not playing fit, crashing the market. Here's my question. Here's my question. Was it fair when they were running the mouthpiece and shutting down the club and parking lot pipping and coming in with mobs and tattooing their neck?
I'm guessing this is his tirade against code approaching and actually having game and being attracted to the female. This shit's just sad, man. I've never seen a dude hate on just being that nigga. Being a dude that women like naturally gravitate against and would naturally want to give their body to and do all the freaky shit that you paying to get, and he getting it for free. I've never seen a man hate on that shit, bro. It's like he's trying to demoralize, demean, and just chastise actually being an alpha to a female that'll naturally get all those experiences versus being a fucking sucker duck trick ass dude, cornball ass nigga. Guys, what you looking at is what I call red pill bitterness. See, some guys in the red pill I can respect when they say they're gonna grow older, never get a wife, and they accept that life. Like AMS, he's another guy that's an older dude within the manosphere spaces. When you look at his videos, you don't see nothing about him saying his tricking is gonna be over some young dude that's 20, 30 years younger than him. And he's just a better dude than him. Now he'll say some shit like, hey, you know, I probably can provide, but it's still gonna come down to see AMS gonna be real enough to say it's gonna come down to what that woman prioritize. He may meet some women that, you know, the bitch prioritize resources where he, he'll get good dibs on her, and he may come across some woman that, hey, I like a handsome guy. I like a handsome, young, stout, healthy dude. And he gonna acknowledge he's the bottom dog on that in that situation. He's not the top. You know, he can give a woman resources. He may play on that, but he's not the top dog in that situation. If you're dealing with a younger female, and he's like he explained this multiple different times in his videos where he talk about this. He admit that the older he gonna get, he gonna be playing like the trick type what's name, but he never like try to demean and just like rank on being the younger guy. Like you just so worthless, and being handsome and having a mouthpiece is just a thing of the past, and it's just like, what the fuck? No, bro, you're bitter. You're bitter, and you have to spend your money to get the things that you desire from a woman, and it's okay, coach. That's okay. You are an unchosen man. You are a non-select man with insecurities like anybody else. And all you have to your name when it comes to these bitches is money, like a lot of dudes. Because when I look back at AMS, he admit that, hey, bro, like, I'm going to try to hang on to my looks and my youth the much as I can. Because that's like, he understands that's going to forever be priority when it comes to really getting a woman. This content right here, this content creator, right? This is a man that is so used to being beat down by women when it comes to being a beta male and provider and trick sugar daddy, whatever you want to call it, that this is life to him. Like this is life. This is how things should go. You shouldn't even want woman free. You see when you talking about some, oh, is it free? Something wrong with it. Nigga, what? But you would rather sleep with a woman that's giving up pussy to any nigga that's down to give up XYZ amount of money and could be sleeping with hundreds of niggas within 1 month trying to run up a bag on you old ass niggas. And that's more sanitary of you, like, you know, is bro. I don't get that. I don't. Hey, homie. Coach, you're going outside, bro. I think you're having a midlife crisis. It's some deeper shit about Coach. I may do some videos and some more live screens coming soon. He got into it with MTR, AMS. You feel like with a lot of niggas, man. Coach, it was some times he I ain't gonna lie, he made some good content. He you know, I can respect parts of it. Hey, tell y'all I'm 4 in the morning. I can respect parts of his, you know, contribution to the manosphere space. I ain't gonna say and just shit on his whole, you know, body of work, but Coach is a trick, y'all. To all the young men listening. Right? That's what Coach is. Coach is an old trick that pays women, right? That's his whole shit. He don't got no dating advice for you. He ain't no dude that I go to for a cold approach advice. How to really be that it factor to a woman. He's not the dude to go to for that. He's the man that if you want to learn how to hate women, be bitter towards divorce and all that shit, and just be around this bitch paying for pussy, you go to him. All right, he gonna teach you how to be that dude. He's the nigga that I say to set niggas up to hate women. And just be this fucking trick ass dude that just look at women like a piece of meat. Yeah, I mean, he's that dude. Right? But you know, like some of the shit he says is corny. You know, some guys look at him as a cornball of a nigga. Like the whole body of who he is as a person, like lame ass square dude. I don't got no quarrels with him. I'm not gonna go in and call him all those names, but you know, if I had to just be honest about his content, it's tricking content, man. That's just what that is. It's come off real bitter, you know. But that's it for the screen, man. I may do a part 2 to this. It's your boy Adam before Eve. Getting back into the swing of things, guys. I just got through moving, got a lot of shit going on. Trying to get back into the spirit of being a YouTuber. It's a lot of unfinished, you know, series and Job Corps episodes and stories and X stories and shit supposed to been brought to the channel. It's just all that sucker duck ass shit that's going on in the manosphere spaces, man. It's crazy, y'all. But I hope you guys enjoy.